Let's bring in Matt Miller, who was a senior advisor in the Office of Management and Budget during the Clinton administration. He's now a senior fellow at the Center for American Progress. And here in Washington, Doug Holtz-Eakin, former director of the Congressional Budget Office. He's now president of the right-leaning policy group, the American Action Forum. Doug, I want to start with you. Some Republicans are out there arguing that the October 17th deadline is being exaggerated. Take a listen.
I would dispel the rumor that is going around that you hear on every newscast that if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we will default on our debt. We won't.
I think it's irresponsible of the president and his men to even talk about default. There's no reason for us to default. We bring in $250 billion in taxes every month. Our interest payment is $20 billion. Tell me why we would ever default.
Doug, what's your take on that? Knowing you a little bit, I find it hard to believe that you would agree with that assessment.
And I don't. The bottom line is, semantics aside, a failure to raise the debt ceiling leads to very bad economic outcomes and chaos in financial markets. The Treasury may or may not be able to prioritize interest payments, pay them first. Most people say they can't, and you can't put the software in place in time. But past that, the politics are ugly. Right? We'll pay the Chinese, but we won't pay our senior citizens Social Security. And the confidence effects are horrible. I mean, if an international lender looks at a country and says, you know, you can make interest payments, but you're not paying for your highway bills, you're not paying for your Social Security, you're not paying for your Medicare, they're not going to lend you more money. Interest rates are going to go up. We're going to have trouble.
This is a major talking point in the Republican Party now, that it's not that big a deal.
We don't know, and we shouldn't want to find out. This is something that I think is extremely dangerous. Shutdown never historically has been a big deal. Messing with the debt limit is something I don't want to try.
All right, Matt, I want to get your response to this talk from Republicans. You just heard Senator Coburn and Senator Rand Paul talking about how not that big a deal to default or to hit that ceiling.
Yeah, I think that's crazy, and I think Doug and I agree. Even if the Treasury were able to prioritize payments, which it's not clear they can do, it would mean a dramatic cut in the rest of the government, which would throw us into a major recession or worse. And so, you know, the idea that we would even be talking about this is nuts. However, I do think we're here because the Republicans learned from 2011 that Obama, when he caved in 2011, could be pushed to the edge and would cut a deal. And that's why I'm worried that we're really going to be at real peril in the next 10 days or so, because Obama rightly realizes he cannot allow this again. That's why he calls it extortion. But the Republican rump group, the Tea Party caucus, thinks that's what he said last time, and we got exactly what we wanted, a big deal on spending cuts over 10 years. I think that's a formula for potential unintended awful consequences.
I think it's very important to recognize that the economic consequences are severe, and that's why these initial negotiating positions, and that's what they are on both sides, really don't mean that much. What matters is getting a deal done, getting it done before the 17th, before a drop-dead date. And the sooner the president, and Senator Reid, and the leader, Speaker Boehner, get together on a deal, the better for the economy.
And you think go ahead, Matt.
The other problem, Jake, is there's a good chance that we'll end up with a series of stopgap measures. And so we'll end up in this kind of endless fiscal cliff where the Congress says, all right, you know, we're up against October 17th. Let's buy another month. Then let's buy another 6 weeks. And I think in the eyes of the world, we will look like a totally ungovernable democracy, again, because both sides have reached a point where, because of 2011, because Obama caved, he can't do it again, and the GOP wants to call that bluff. It's a dangerous moment.
This kind of speculation I don't think helps. We don't know the end game. What we do know is the president showed some flexibility today, said I might be open to a short-term deal, that he's negotiating.
We're going to go to House Speaker John Boehner. I'm sorry to cut you off.